As we enter into the new year, I wanted to discuss my 2024 credit card roadmap, including what cards I plan to add this year and how I plan to get the most value from those credit cards. I also want to reflect on 2023 and discuss a few credit card lessons that I have learned in the past year. Hopefully by discussing my 2024 roadmap and the lessons that I learned in the past year, will help anyone looking for ways to optimize their own credit card setup. To start off, I wanted to recap what cards I added in 2023 and go over what my credit card strategy was. 2023 was a big year for my credit card journey because this was the year when I first started getting serious about my credit card setup. It was also the year that I started this YouTube channel to document my credit card journey. So I started with 3 credit cards in the beginning of 2023 and was focused on building a hybrid setup with a slight focus on cashback. But since I do travel a few times a year, I wanted to optimize my setup with a few travel credit cards and also earn cashback to maximize my everyday spend. So I added the Chase Freedom Unlimited back in July and the Bilt Mastercard in October of 2023. Both cards have been a staple in my wallet since then. Freedom Unlimited was the first card that I added that is part of the Chase Trifecta, which includes cards like the Unlimited, Freedom Flex, and other Sapphire Preferred or Reserve. The Chase Trifecta earns high reward rates across a wide range of spending categories, allows you to pull points to earn from all 3 cards and redeem them at a higher value through Chase Ultimate Rewards. So the Chase Freedom Unlimited offers limited 1.5% cashback on all purchases, 3% cashback on dining and drugstores, and 5% cash back on Chase Travel. I'm really only using this card for the 3x back on dining, and occasionally a few times when I go to Costco where Visa is only accepted there. I've mostly been saving my points earned from the Unlimited so I can later transfer them points out to the Sapphire cards when I add either one to my setup. Lastly, I added the Bilt Mastercard to my wallet in 2023. Currently one of the best monthly credit cards in the game right now, and a no-brainer for those who rent. It's currently the only card that offers 1x points back on rent payments without any transaction fees, up to 100,000 points per calendar year. On top of all of that, the Bilt Mastercard gives you valuable reward points in the process. Bilt points can be transferred at a rate of 1-to-1 to a wide range of transfer partners, including American Airlines and World of Hyatt. So the Bilt Mastercard is a valuable travel credit card, and the only card that offers points back on rent without any credit card processing fees. So overall, I'm very glad that I added this card to my wallet in 2023. It's been around 3 months since I added any personal credit cards to my setup, since I added the Bilt Mastercard back in October. That's because I'm planning on adding the Capital One Venture X this year. I've been gardening my credit in the meantime, which means that I'm refraining from applying for any new credit or taking any action on my result in a hard inquiry. I've been gardening for the Venture X. Capital One has been known to deny if they believe you're only planning to turn the credit card or have too many revolving accounts. I currently have 5 credit cards and a credit score of around 760. That might be a red flag for the Venture X because Capital One can be very erratic in who they approve for the credit card. So I'm a little nervous when I do apply for this card because all the data points I've seen, someone may get rejected even with a high credit score. To increase my chances of approval, I do want to wait at least 6 months for applying for the Venture X because of the Capital One 1-6 rule, where Capital One will only approve you for one credit card every 6 months. So the Capital One Venture X will be my first annual fee credit card in my setup. The card comes with a steep $395 annual fee, but Capital One does offer credits and bonuses to offset the high annual fee, making the Venture X a free high-end premium travel credit card. The $395 annual fee can be a little steep for your first-time annual fee credit card, but this card benefits provide much more value than that, because Capital One justifies a $395 annual fee with a 10K mile anniversary bonus every year, starting your first anniversary. The nice thing about the bonus is that it can be stacked year after year, and on top of all of that, the Venture X provides a $300 annual travel credit for bookings through the Capital One travel portal. Since I do travel a few times a year, that credit will usually be used. So with the bonus and annual travel credit, Capital One technically pay you for holding the card. It'll be a net positive $5 every year. The card also offers a $100 global entry or TSA pre-check credit. So the Venture X itself has a base rate of 2x miles on all purchases, so it makes for a great catch-all credit card, and I can easily see myself using this card as my catch-all credit card in my setup instead of the SoFi credit card that I currently use. The Venture X also has 10x miles on hotels or rental cars, and 5x on flights booked through the Capital One travel portal. At the time of recording, there's also a sign-up bonus of 75,000 miles with the requirement of $4,000 spent within the first 3 months of account opening. That 75,000 mile bonus can redeem $75 cash back with a 1 cent per point conversion rate. The $4,000 spending requirement is a bit steep, so I'll have to plan out the timing when I do apply for this credit card to make sure that I have some big spend coming up. Otherwise, not hitting the sign-up bonus requirement is definitely a waste of applying, considering that the Venture X sign-up bonus does pay for itself for the first year. So a great way to use the miles earned from the Venture X is to offset the cost of travel by transferring those miles out at a rate of 1-to-1 to the many Venture X transfer partners that they currently have. We can get up to 2 to 3 cents per mile or more based on the transfer partner. Therefore, that 10,000 mile anniversary bonus every year can be worth about 20 to 30,000 miles. But of course that all varies per transfer partner. So I hope to apply for the Venture X around the summer of this year, which should give me enough time between my last credit card approval. The next card that I plan to add after the Venture X should be a little easier to get approved for, which is the Chase Freedom Flex. Since I added the Chase Freedom Unlimited last year, the next Chase card that makes sense to add to my wallet is the Freedom Flex. The only caveat with Chase is the Chase 524 rule, which is an unofficial policy that dictates that Chase won't approve you for its cards if you open 5 or more personal credit cards in the last 24 months. If I'm approved for the Venture X, I would be at 324, so the Chase 24 rule wouldn't be an issue for me when I do apply for the Freedom Flex. So the Freedom Flex is a no annual fee MasterCard with 5% cashback on rotating categories like gas stations, grocery stores, and select online merchants, up to $1,500 in total combined purchase each quarter you activate, and 1% cashback on everything else. Chase is currently offering 5% cashback on grocery stores, which unfortunately exclude Target and Walmart, 5% cashback on fitness clubs and gym memberships, and 5% cashback on self-care and spa services for Q1 of 2024. As I discussed earlier in this video, the Flex and Unlimited are 2 out of 3 cards on the Chase trifecta. Therefore, I would only need one more card to complete it after adding the Flex. Now, I don't currently have any plans on adding either one of these cards this year, but most likely see myself applying for one of these cards in 2025. But this can definitely change, which brings me to my first lesson that I learned from 2023, was that this roadmap can easily change because my lifestyle might guide me to a different credit card strategy. For example, last year I had a slightly different roadmap. On my last credit card roadmap video, I originally had the Chase Freedom Flex before the Bilt MasterCard, and then after the Venture X. But that original roadmap eventually evolved into what I have right now. I figured it was best to postpone the Freedom Flex since I shouldn't have an issue getting approved for that card as long as I'm under Chase 524. I decided to apply for the Bilt MasterCard instead because rent is my high spend category every month. It made more sense to apply for the Bilt MasterCard as soon as possible to take advantage of acquiring points for my rent payments. Waiting to apply for the Flex might also give me a better chance for approval for the Venture X, since Capital One likes to see fewer revolving accounts on your credit history. Now, this might not have been the best way to go about this, but looking back, I think I made the right choice. I know how picky Capital One can be, and postponing the Flex right after Venture X honestly just made sense to me. Another lesson that I learned in 2023 is that having a lot of credit cards isn't a bad thing. Since I started getting serious about my credit card setup last year, I always had the stigma that having a lot of credit cards was a bad thing. But since starting my YouTube channel and learning more about credit cards and seeing other YouTubers have up to 10 or more personal credit cards, and it's all about how the person uses the credit cards, you can definitely have 10 or 50 more personal credit cards if you use them in a responsible manner, then they make sense. Finally, the last lesson I learned in 2023 is that redeeming my Chase Freedom Unlimited $200 sign-up bonus for straight cash back at a rate of 1 cent per point, which is probably not the best way to use those points. What I should have done was hold my points until I added either the Sapphire Preferred or Reserve credit cards, and then transfer those points out to either one of those cards. Points redeemed for travel through the Chase Ultimate Rewards portal are worth anywhere from 1.25 to 1.5 cents per point. While there's nothing wrong with redeeming points for straight cash back, I figure it's best to save my points from the Freedom cards so I can later maximize their value for travel at a rate more than 1 cent per point. When I do end up adding the Freedom Flex this year, I will make sure to save those points earned from that sign-up bonus to later transfer them out to either the Sapphire cards. So I'm excited to see how I adapt my 2024 credit card roadmap as the year goes on, and as my travel and spending habits might change throughout this year, my credit card roadmap might also adapt to that as well. But of course, I'll keep you updated on any changes that I make throughout this year. Let me know in the comments below what cards you plan on adding this year in 2024, and if you made it this far in the video, thank you for watching.